Cleopatra VII Philopator, known simply as Cleopatra, was one of the most fascinating and complex figures in ancient history. Her life story is marked by political intrigue, romance, and dramatic events. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt, to Ptolemy XII Auletes, the ruler of Egypt. She belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, which had ruled Egypt since the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE. The Ptolemies were Macedonian Greeks who had established their rule over Egypt. Cleopatra became queen in 51 BCE, following the death of her father. She initially co-ruled with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was only about 10 years old. The joint rule was fraught with conflict, and Cleopatra soon sought to consolidate her own power. By 48 BCE, Cleopatra's position was precarious. She faced opposition from her brother's regent, and her kingdom was threatened. Cleopatra sought the support of Julius Caesar, who was in Alexandria pursuing his rival Pompey. To gain Caesar's favor, Cleopatra famously had herself smuggled into his palace wrapped in a carpet. Caesar was impressed by her intelligence and charisma. They formed a political and romantic alliance, which helped Cleopatra reclaim her throne. Cleopatra and Caesar had a son, Ptolemy XV Philopator Philometor Caesar, commonly known as Caesarion. Cleopatra hoped that Caesar would support her son's claim to the throne. In 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated in Rome. Cleopatra returned to Egypt, and her relationship with Caesar became a topic of Roman political intrigue. Cleopatra aligned with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's closest allies. Their relationship was both personal and political. They had 3 children together: Alexander Helios, Ptolemy Philadelphus, and Cleopatra Selene. Cleopatra and Antony's alliance was seen as a threat by Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir and future Emperor Augustus. Their efforts to expand their influence led to tension with Rome. In 31 BCE, the conflict between Antony and Octavian culminated in the Battle of Actium, a naval confrontation off the coast of Greece. Cleopatra and Antony's forces were defeated by Octavian's fleet. Following their defeat, Antony and Cleopatra retreated to Alexandria. Their situation grew increasingly desperate as Octavian's forces closed in on them. In August 30th BCE, as Octavian's troops besieged Alexandria, Antony and Cleopatra chose to end their lives rather than be captured. Antony was mortally wounded and died in Cleopatra's arms. Cleopatra reportedly committed suicide by allowing a snake, possibly an asp, to bite her, although other theories about her method of death exist. After Cleopatra's death, Egypt was annexed by Rome and became a Roman province. Octavian, who later became Emperor Augustus, established Roman control over Egypt, ending the Ptolemaic dynasty. Cleopatra's life has captivated historians, writers, and artists for centuries. She is remembered for her intelligence, political acumen, and dramatic relationships with 2 of Rome's most powerful men. Cleopatra's story reflects the complex interplay of politics and personal ambition in the ancient world, and she remains an enduring symbol of beauty, power, and intrigue. While Queen of Egypt, 51 to 30 BCE, Cleopatra actively influenced Roman politics at a crucial period and was especially known for her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. She came to represent, as did no other woman of antiquity, the prototype of the romantic femme fatale. According to historical records, Cleopatra used various beauty treatments and cosmetics.